It is November 18th, 2016. This is the Watchman News, and I'm Mike Callahan. I just put out a video just before this one talking about how a Washington legislator is trying to criminalize protests. I think that goes hand in hand with what I'm going to show you. The goody part of this article is going to be what's attached to it. I've already downloaded a copy of it for myself. I would urge everybody to download a copy of it for themselves so you have a copy on hand. And what that is it's going to be the FEMA Field Force Operations Manual. Interesting, huh? Okay, so here is the report. It is from Unicorn Riot. I'll put the links to both the PDF and this article down in the description. And it's titled, Trump's FEMA to Train Local Police for Field Force Crackdowns, Inauguration in SSE Nears. Okay, and it reads as this. Unicorn Riot has obtained a federal training manual, Field Force Operations, from the Federal Emergency Management Agency's Center for Domestic Preparedness. The federal government uses this document to train local law enforcement in techniques for quelling protests. It was acquired during a reporting on direct actions against Dakota Access Pipeline when we filed a records request to the North Dakota Department of Corrections. An email from the cache released in response to our request shows a copy of this course being forwarded to the state correctional employees, presumably in an attempt to bring their personnel up to speed with crowd control techniques after the onset of No DAPL protests earlier this year. The manual appears to be very recently revised, having been updated with references to Occupy Seattle, anarchist protests, and the Ferguson crackdowns. A news clip from the 2014 shows Alabama state troopers practicing crowd control maneuvers as a part of the Center for Domestic Preparedness Field Force Training. This FEMA/CDP Field Force Operations Manual we are releasing as a part of the curriculum for the same training. In the video below, a retired police officer states, when they deal with large-scale events and crowd management, they have to learn to work together as a team, very disciplined. So we run it very paramilitary. They learn to follow strict orders of command and control. Now, I want to remind you guys that our founding fathers, when they wrote up the documents for this country, they were very clear about not having a standing army. That's what we have today, folks. It's a standing army. There's no other way to put it. Okay, the 135-page guide has 8 sections covering mass arrest, team tactics, protester tactics, crowd dynamics, riot control equipment, and riot control agents, and less than lethal munitions. An appendix has listed the standardized riot control weapons now commonly found in local police departments across the United States. This manual summarizes tactics often spotted in recent years as multi-jurisdiction task forces have utilized these approaches to reassert physical control over restive American communities. During campaign season, President-elect Donald Trump made it clear he wanted to execute policies involving millions of deportations, the cancellation of federal abortion rights, nationwide stop and frisk, and many other proposals. After the election, Unicorn Riot covered large protests directed against issues like these in Denver, Minneapolis, and St. Paul. Activist networks should expect similar tactics against many U.S. communities in 2017 as they resist such policies. Trump characterized recent protest crowds on Twitter as professional protesters incited by media are protesting. The label of professional protester is actually formalized in this FEMA training document. In Module 6, FEMA trains local police to believe that professional protesters are not like everyday citizen or anarchist protesters and take action accordingly. Module 1 covers pacification strategies to deflect direct goals of protest actions. And I'm not going to read through it all, but it does have quite a bit of information just in this article. But I would urge people to download these PDFs. Here's where you download it. You go right here. You can download a copy of it for yourself. You can right click and save as. Oh, you can't see that, but you can right click, save as, or whatever. I would highly suggest that people get a copy of this and hang on to a copy of this, because folks, that we're in one of those situations where, when parents or whoever may have told you, you better watch what you wish for. I think that's the situation we're in right now. I really think that's the situation we're in. So there you go. There you have it. All the links will be down in the description tab, and hopefully I don't keep rumbling over myself. Anyway, all the links will be down there in the description tab. Please check it out. Please download a copy for yourself, and please share the information.